name's Jack Hodgins, welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to cover some rules. I've been looking more into flying commercially or selling my footage, and I'm just looking what the CAA rules are, which is the basically UK, this is for the UK, the Civil Aviation Authority, basically CAA.co.uk, that's the website. And I'm looking at sort of going through all the rigmaroles and stuff like that. As far as I'm aware, there's obviously height restrictions. So in theory, 50 metres above Joe Public, the only time you can actually fly below that will be taking off and landing, basically. So that's one of the rules. And 150 feet in the air away from buildings. So you can't really fly too close to buildings unless you have full permission to do so by the owner. So that obviously stops collisions and crashes into property. So by those rules, you're fine. You can't fly anything above 500, I think it's 400 feet. Not allowed to be any higher than 400 feet in the air. Otherwise, you're then into helicopter and airplane standard territory. So again, avoiding collisions as long as you're under 400 feet. And you can't fly any more than, I think it's 500, either 500 meters or 500 feet away. So you always got to be flying your drone or your quadcopter in a line of sight. So you're flying your DJI Phantom, you've got to have it in line of sight all the time. You're not allowed to have spotters. You can't have spotters that are sort of like 500 feet away that can see the quadcopter. If you can't see it with your own eyes, it's illegal. That is one thing they actually do state. So you can't have spotters say I can see it, or they can't radio you to say I can see it over here. You've got to fly that you can see it, even if you can just about see it, because then you can then judge whether there's going to be a collision happening. It's just more safety than anything else. So there's nothing stopping you from flying through your FPV or through that, well, I would say through your phone, you still have line of sight to fly around as long as you're 500 metres in proximity to you and you can see it line of sight, and no more than 500 feet up in the air. So they're the strict rules they've put in place. The only time you can fly below or a little bit further, I think it is if you apply for a license to fly lower than the regulations, or higher than, I think higher than the regulations, and then you have to then demonstrate that your quadcopter is fit to fly, and it covers all the health and safety things. And I think you have to then do some sort of test to make sure you fly it safely. It's a bit like inferior driving lessons. You can drive it, keep it under control, and you got control of it all the time, and everything's checked to make sure it's safe for flying. And I think it's somewhere online there'll be an insurance document you'll get. I'm going to look into this because I'm very curious myself, and I've just been browsing around on the website looking at certain things. There's a lot of documentation. There's a lot of section 1 and section this and section that to go around, and it's a lot. But obviously, just spoke to the main points. But there is a little thing on here I was reading up. Basically, it says here, do I need permission for unmanned aircraft? And it says a central person controlling the small UV or drone, as you want to call it, is fully responsible for safety operations. That's you, not somebody else. You for safety operations of any flight. But it is important to consider whether permission, like not a license, from the CAA is needed. And it's got here, you must require permission from the CAA if you plan to fly the aircraft on a commercial basis, i.e. conducting aerial work or flying a camera stroke surveillance, CCTV or surveillance aircraft within congestion areas or closer than the distance listed with the Article 167. So they're talking about all these articles. So in theory, you want to fly closer than what the rules say you can't. This is what it's that's basically what it spells out to. People or properties. Well, I'll fly the camera fitted aircraft within congestion areas or closer than the distance listed on Article 167 to people or properties, vehicles, vessels, or structures that are not under your control. So that's that rule. Permission is not required if the aircraft will not be flown closer to people or properties and will not get a fee from your footage, i.e. payment from the flight, then the permission is not needed. So if you're flying within regulations, you're not flying near properties, vehicles, vessels that are under your control, and also and you're not flying near people and properties, and you're not charging the customer for your fine. Okay, so that means you can use the footage for your own personal use, or you can use it for showing other people, again, as long as you're not taking payment for it in any form or so. But if you want to, obviously, then it goes into another ball game. If you want to sell your footage or use it for a full-time job, you know, doing air reviews and stuff like that, then obviously then you need to look at licensing. And that's the thing I'm going to actually start looking at. I'm going to write an email, and I mean, there's so much on this to say. Now I've got a DJI Phantom. I want to fly it commercially. I want to be making money from the footage I get. Some footage I sell, some footage I won't. I just want to be able to be licensed. What do I need? How much do I need to pay? And how long does it last for? So I'm going to write those emails off this week to those, and as soon as I get back the details, I can let you guys know, or update this post and see what they say, because I really like to get down the balls there. I did find a documentation on here to give you sort of rough idea on charges, and it's got in like just like aircraft weight categories. Under 7 kilos, or less than 7 kilos, you're looking at an application charge of £113, and a renewal application charge, probably end of the year, I think it is, £57. If it's greater than 7 kilograms, so between 7 kilograms and 20 kilograms, then the application charges change, because it's £226 and a renewal fee of £113. So I think that the DJI Phantom is under the 7 kilograms. I have to weigh this and have a look. So that could get away with the £113 charge. But adding a gimbal and camera and stuff, if it's less than 20 kilos but over 7 kilos, 226. It does also talk about if your DJI product and you're flying the S900 or the S1000, which is also quite a bit more weight, or you've built a quad yourself that's not DJI Phantom, and it's weighing a lot more, then you've got ones that anything from 20 kilos to 150 kilos, £422, or greater than 150 kilos, again that is still £422. So there's a fixed charge on that. It does say, with regards to the aircraft or weight exceeding 150 kilos, when the worker is involved for either the initial or the renewal application exceeds 4 hours, then the time taken in the excess of 4 hours shall be charged £168 per hour to the applicant. So I don't know what that basically means. I don't know whether the charges involve testing. I'm not sure. So again, I'm going to get him right. I'm going to write an email to him saying that I've got a DJI Phantom, I want to fly it commercially, I want to be licensed up, and to fly a lower zone so I can get over public views, do local events, things like that. What do I need? What applications are informed? What tests needs to be done? And what the cost is. And once I get an email back from that, then I can let you guys know. And so if anybody out there is actually interested, going the same route I'm going down, then this will probably help you. So I'll keep you posted. But I'll put all the website details for the CAA, how to get to it. It's very confusing. There's lots of stuff on it. It covers absolutely everything, and it's very hard to find everything you need about the drone site. So it's only a very small section they have on there. 162 seems to be the favourite article, so look on there. I have various links going to different places. Probably get confused like I did. So I'm just going to send an email, get the basics, and then we know what we're doing. And I'll let you guys know. So if this helps you and enjoy what I've done on channel so far, please subscribe and give me comments, and I'll get an email address set up so you can send me emails with questions and answers. I'll get them sorted out for you. I did a video a couple of days ago, and I actually sent an email to DJI about having their a Phantom with a GoPro gimbal underneath, so we can mount 2 GoPro gimbals and we can then film in 3D. They said they haven't got that at the moment as such, but we'll look at it, consider it basically. So if you guys want to have a Phantom with twin, a gimbal that handles 2 GoPro cameras, so you can film in 3D and 4K, send your emails to DJI Phantom with the same request, and hopefully we get enough people. They'll actually probably make one next. So maybe that could be the Phantom 3. Phantom 3 that has a 3-axis gimbal that can hold 2 GoPros. That would be superb. and they'll probably have to make it slightly a bit bigger for the way underneath. That would be a good idea. So again, if you enjoy my channel, please subscribe, and any comments below. Speak soon.